JV Matters presents Inside Shadow Ridge. Episode 3, Consistency Beats Motivation. Welcome to JV Matters. I'm Coach. This isn't just about football. It's about building young men. Every practice, every rep, every meeting is an opportunity to grow, not only as athletes, but as leaders, teammates, and people. So whether you're a coach, a player, or a parent, thanks for joining me today. So let's get better today together. So here's today's topic. Have you ever noticed that motivation comes and goes? Some days you can't wait to get to practice. You're excited. You're ready to go. We started spring ball or preseason football the other day, and they were excited. Putting on those helmets for the first time this season. They were ready to go. It was hot, but they were ready to go. And then other days, you'd rather be home. You'd rather stay home. That alarm clock goes off, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get out of bed. You hit that alarm clock about 5 or 6 times till you finally roll out of bed and stroll into practice. And that's normal. The problem is that too many athletes depend on motivation. Great players depend on consistency. So we talked about this, or part of this, in a couple of my previous episodes. Motivation gets you started. That gets you out the playing box or out of the starting box. Consistency keeps you improving, and discipline keeps you going. Consistency keeps you improving, and discipline keeps you going. Discipline keeps you going in the fourth quarter. So here's the lesson. Every successful football player I've ever coached had one thing in common. They showed up. Without a shadow of a doubt, they showed up at every practice. Whether they wanted to be there or not, they showed up. Regardless of what time it was, they showed up. They were on time. Early was on time, so they were always early. They were there ready to go. They may have been pulling sleep out of their eyes, but they were still there, ready to go. They showed up at camp. They were ready to go. Not because they always felt like it, but because they understood their teammates were counting on them. Their coaches were depending on them. They came to practice. They came to camp. They lifted. They studied the playbook. They listened. They improved. They did what they needed to do to get better every day. Every day was a new challenge for them. They improved. They embraced it. They listened to the coaches. They were coachable. Little by little, day by day, that's how confidence is built. Confidence isn't talking. Confidence is knowing you've put in the work. Every team has those players who try to do just enough to get by. They just put on that uniform, they show up, and they stand on the field. And they kind of hide behind the biggest player on the team so the coach can't see them. So they don't have to get out there in the field. So they just kind of hide back there. Maybe they are what I call the bench warmers, or the uniform wearers, or maybe even the bag holders. Players who are content with just wearing the uniform, telling everybody that I'm on the football team. And that's fine. All players or all teams need players like that. They need scout players. And maybe that's what they're content to do. Play the scout team. So inside Shadow Ridge, here's one thing we're trying to build. Here isn't just stronger football players. We're trying to build dependable teammates. the player who gives the same effort on Monday as he does on Thursday or Friday night. The teammate who doesn't quit when practice gets hard. Because some of those practices are going to be hard. They're going to sweat. They're going to get tired. Their muscles are going to get tired. They're going to feel like they can't go any further, but they're going to need to. They're going to have to suck it up and move one more day, one more minute. The young man who understands that consistency creates trust in the coaches. Coaches trust consistent players. Teammates trust consistent players. Eventually, those players become leaders. Those players don't quit or tap out in the fourth quarter. Coach's challenge. Here's what I'm challenging everybody out there for you players. For the next 7 days, don't worry about being perfect. Just be consistent. Show up. Show up to practice every day ready to work. Give your best effort. Encourage someone else. Encourage people on your team to be their best. And then repeat that tomorrow. Repeat that the next day. And so on. Be the best you can be. And be better the next day. Were you better today than you were yesterday? That's what your goal should be. So here's the verse for the day. Let us not become weary of doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians verse 6, or paragraph 6, verse 9. So here's the question of the day. What is one habit you've been consistent with that has helped you or helped make you a better player or a better person? Leave it in the comments below. I like to read those. So here's the coach's final whistle. Motivation might get you through one practice. That gets you excited. That's like everybody was motivated on our first day of preseason practice. They got them through it. But hey, we got another 25 more days of preseason practice. Consistency will carry you through an entire season. And discipline keeps you going when the tank starts to run dry. I'm Coach. Thank you for watching JV Matters. JV presents Inside Shadow Ridge. If this episode encouraged you, please like, subscribe, and share it with another player, coach, or parent. God bless you, your family, and may God continue to bless the United States of America. And remember, football teaches lessons that last long after the final whistle. I'll see you next Saturday on another episode of JV Matters, and you all have an outstanding day.